Hello, everybody. I'm Dennis O'Donnell, sports director here at KPIX5 here in San Francisco, welcoming you to the San Francisco Bay Area Super Bowl 50 host committee. And this is the opening press conference. And I know people are still straggling in, traveling in this morning, and coming in last night. And it was a great opening week. And the dignitaries will share their thoughts on opening week and the days to come in just a moment. As you know, each year the Super Bowl is one of the most watched programs, not just nationally, but internationally. And there is greater significance this year because this is the National Football League's 50th Super Bowl, and it's happening right here in the Bay Area. So to help us learn more about it, we have actually two panels of guests tonight to celebrate the Golden Game and talk about it. So I'd like to invite the team behind this year's Super Bowl to the stage, our first team. The head committee's chairman, Daniel Lurie, CEO Keith Bruce. Keith, come on up. The NFL senior vice president of events, Peter O'Reilly, and San Francisco 49ers CEO, Jed York. Jed, come on up here. Their mission has been to create an experience that reflects the significance of the moment throughout NFL history, as well as reflect the personality and values right here in the San Francisco Bay Area. So we're going to have a little panel session here, and afterwards we'll open it up to one-on-ones after we hear from the mayors as well. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Good for having us.
Keith, what a great opening weekend. I mean, you and I have done several of these throughout the last few months, and I know that your vision was to redefine the Super Bowl, especially here in the Bay Area. So how has that vision been realized?
Well, this is the culmination of a 2.5-year journey. When the host committee was formed in September of 2013, we came up with the ambitious goal of redefining the Super Bowl. We knew that the 50th Super Bowl would be a milestone, historic moment for the NFL, and the energy that was around us at the time just motivated us to say, hey, how do we do this differently? We're the Bay Area. We haven't hosted a Super Bowl in over 30 years. So it should be our right and our honor to redefine the Super Bowl and usher it into a new era. I mean, with Super Bowl 50, we're obviously celebrating the evolution of the game and how far the Super Bowl has come. But we're also excited to bring a lot of new things to the Super Bowl that hopefully will set a new standard for the future.
Yeah, and they're lucking out with the weather, right?
We will take the weather. We had our rain contingencies right and left. We were watching your weather forecasts and others every day.
Well said.
But yeah, we'll take the weather out there right now. It's
yeah, a couple days of rain on the forecast, but over the weekend I think we got 3 days of sunshine, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Jed, when Levi Stadium was built, you said it would redefine the fan experience, and that is going to be put to the test for the very first Super Bowl, and it happens to be Super Bowl 50.
No short order right there. But we are excited. I know Levi's is ready. I think it's going to be the first Super Bowl where we are, having merchandise delivered to seats, having beverages delivered to seats. The stadium is ready to roll. I don't know if you've seen the press towers that are there. It's going to look a little different than what it does on a normal game day, but our crew and the NFL's crew has shaped Levi's up to be even better than what it's been, and Super Bowl is going to be awesome there.
Yeah, I was mentioning to Keith about the weather, and that's actually worked out in Levi Stadium's favor. The turf was installed, about a month ago, I think, and the rain has been intermittent enough where it hasn't been a problem for the stadium. I think there's a press conference this afternoon, but that's in pretty good condition, huh?
Well, Peter asked us if we could not make the playoffs this year to make sure that the turf was as good as possible. And we said, okay, if that's what we have to do, then we'll take that under advisement.
That's very kind.
There you go. Peter, the league seems to be treating Super Bowl 50 a little different. I've been lucky enough to be at 11 Super Bowls, and you could sense there is a different, obviously everything's gold. Keith was asking me why I didn't wear my gold tie like I did the other 5 functions, but everything is gold.
Everything is gold. Every Super Bowl is special, clearly, but this is an extremely special one, a real milestone year. It's been a year-long celebration. Some Super Bowls really build up during the season. We started all the way back to last year's draft where we introduced the gold, introduced the no Roman numerals, going with the 5-0. It's pulled through the Hall of Fame game, through kickoff, which was out here in San Francisco as well, all the way through the year. 19 Super Bowl rematches played during the year. They were part of our broadcasts. And then ultimately, culminating with a theme that is both looking back and celebrating the past 49, but then charging ahead. And that's why this market in the Bay Area, you couldn't think of a better market to charge into the future, look ahead to the next 50 than this market. So it's been that year-long celebration, both from a community standpoint and from how we've created events in partnership with the host committee and the 49ers on a year-round basis.
Yeah, and Daniel, what happens in San Francisco in the next week is important for the possibility that the Super Bowl returns to the Bay Area. So how important is that, and what would you like Super Bowl 50 to be remembered for?
Well, for me and for Jed, when he asked me and Mayor Lee asked me to take on the bid obligation and trying to go out and win it, we said it's got to represent all the best of the Bay Area. And so what we committed to was making this the most philanthropic Super Bowl ever. We wanted to be the most technologically advanced Super Bowl ever. And I think what you are seeing out in Super Bowl City, what you're seeing around here in Moscone Center with NFL Experience, and what everybody's going to see on game day at the unbelievable Levi Stadium, I think when people walk away from the week-long series of events, I think people are going to want to come back, absolutely trying to make this so we get into the rotation, and hopefully everybody's as blown away as our local fans were on the first couple days. We think we had north of 150,000 people go through Super Bowl City. We had always planned to make this about community first, our community, the national community, the global community, and so we're proud of the opening, and we're proud to welcome all of you to the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah, Keith, and why don't you talk about some of the events? I spent 18 hours between the NFL Experience and over at Super Bowl City over the weekend, and the concert was great. Really, everything went without a hitch. Talk about that weekend and also what's upcoming.
Yeah, well, one of the things we said from the beginning is we wanted to put the Bay Area on the world stage. And Super Bowl City is truly a showcase of everything that's great about the Bay Area. Our technology, our food, our wine, our music, and that was certainly on display this weekend. We were thrilled with the showing from everybody. One of the things we did is we opened Super Bowl City and NFL Experience in conjunction with the NFL 9 days before the game, which has never been done before. And we did that largely to allow the Bay Area and the Bay Area residents to come in and enjoy Super Bowl City and NFL Experience, and they certainly did. They came down in droves, and they enjoyed everything that's there. But we're not done. This week we kick off, we have Media Night down in San Jose at SAP Center starting this evening. We've got a concert at the City Stage presented by Levi's with Aloe Black tonight. So Super Bowl City will be going all week. We'll have free concerts there starting on Wednesday. Santa Clara will be doing activities. There's so much going on around the region, San Jose, Oakland, Santa Clara, and of course San Francisco with Super Bowl City and NFL Experience. So no matter where your base camp is for the week, there'll be a lot of things for you to be able to do and enjoy. And that was our goal from the beginning. Make it inclusive, make it easy for people to enjoy what this milestone Super Bowl is all about.
Yeah, and you mentioned NFL Experience, and I remember when the first year of the NFL Experience, it was sort of an experiment to see if people would like it, and it's become a major event. It allows families to partake in the Super Bowl, a lot of little kids, and I saw that happening on Saturday, but this NFL Experience is going to be different. How?
It is. It's come a long way since those early days. It's really got something for everybody there. And I think what we've done is, because of where we are, because of we're in the Bay Area, we've really tried to bring more technology into NFL Experience. So bringing virtual reality into NFL Experience, where you can really get inside the game. So I think if you go through NFL Experience, there's plenty to do: kick a field goal, throw a ball, but also for any fan who wants to come in and feel like they're getting inside the game in a way that they can't. That's what NFL Experience is all about. It's linkage to Super Bowl City. We've got also the 50th mile down Market Street, and you can take that journey down the past 49 Super Bowls and see what those games were all about as you walk along the sidewalks on Market. So really a connected downtown corridor, which is really a powerful theme that people can both walk and experience in a great way.
Okay, last one for all you guys. Maybe Jed, you can start, but we have the 4 mayors of the Bay Area, and I think what is really special, and we'll hear from them, is how that has become a community event. It's not just San Francisco like people thought it might be. It's Oakland, it's Santa Clara, it's San Jose, and Jed, I think that was an important consideration for you.
Well, and you'll see it, and you've obviously seen the mayors throughout the Super Bowl preparation. And for us, it was always about teamwork, making sure that all of our communities come together. And when leadership comes together, it makes it easier for everybody else to work together. And I think that's helped the thousands of volunteers, the police officers, everybody that's working for the Super Bowl to make sure that it's great for the NFL, for the fans, for the community. It starts with their leadership and bringing the Bay Area together as the greatest region in the world.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. They will be available for one-on-ones following the mayor's addresses. So I'm going to have you guys exit the stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And we'll
Thanks, Dennis.
bring the other guys up here right now. Okay, thank you, Keith. Okay, as Jed mentioned, this is a community event. We've got all 4 mayors here, and if you know what's happening in Iowa this morning and the divisiveness between the parties there, it's not happening here. Of course, as Sam mentioned to me, part of the reasons is they're all from the same party, so that sort of helps. But I'd like to introduce the leaders of the Bay Area here. Mayor Ed Lee, City and County of San Francisco. Mayor Sam Liccardo, City of San Jose. Mayor Jamie Matthews, City of Santa Clara. And Mayor Libby Schaaf of Oakland. Welcome to you all.
Thank you.
And we were talking to Jed about the importance of being together, and individual committees and the leaders coming together here. And so thank you for coming and joining us today. And Mayor, how important was it for you, not just to have the Super Bowl here, but to make sure it was a collaborative effort with all the cities?
Thank you, Dennis, and everybody. Welcome to Super Bowl City, San Francisco. Jamie and I, Mayor Matthews and I were talking earlier this morning. We were trying to recollect that first phone call where we had agreed to put the bid in, and then we started making calls to our San Jose and Oakland to try to make sure that we were all paying attention as a region. This was very unique, Dennis. It's one that I am very thankful to the Super Bowl host committee for having an event that brings us all together. I think, if anything, this is going to go down in history as a special Super Bowl, not just for the numeric number that was used and changed from the Roman numerals, but also for its philanthropic accomplishments that we've already seen through the Super Bowl Fund. But in bringing us mayors together, we know that our economies are much stronger if we're working in collaboration. Our transportation systems will be stronger. Our housing goals will be stronger. And ultimately, as a region, we are now recognizing that if there's any competition, it's not among us cities. We as a region have to compete with the likes of London and Paris and Shanghai, all over the world. And the more we get together on everything from economy and trade to education to transportation, we're going to be a stronger region. And I want to say thank you to my fellow mayors here, because I do personally enjoy working with them. They're a good bunch of mayors.
Mayor Matthews, you got the crown jewel. You have the game on Sunday, so that's the final day of the event. But how has it been for you, and what have you had to do to incorporate Santa Clara with the other cities?
Well, this has been a very exciting thing because we've always approached it from a regional event, and Mayor Lee was just talking about how it started with a phone call. Well, you have to realize that when that phone call came up, and we still hadn't completed our stadium. And so we still didn't have any grass or seats in the stands, and yet we were going after what would be a Hail Mary really for the Bay Area, which was to get the 50th Super Bowl. But this has been a great journey. All the mayors have stepped together. Through the host committee, we put together the super community and so that they could have their events and have them sanctioned. Really, it's part of the overall Super Bowl excitement. And there's been no jealousy. There's been no problems. All of the transit agencies have pulled together wonderfully. All the mayors have pulled together, and the cities and the city staffs have pulled together wonderfully to make this be be an unrivaled thing. I'm not surprised, but I'm just excited about showing off where we live, which is really the most wonderful place in the world, and highlighting everything from the Golden Gate down to San Jose and Silicon Valley.
Now, Mayor Schaaf, I know you've been in the news lately with the Raiders situation and trying to figure out how to keep your football team there. But I'm wondering, because I understand there's a lot of events taking place in Oakland. Did you solicit the other mayors? Did you ask them that Oakland be a big player in this event?
You know, this team of mayors is just the most collaborative, regional-minded set of mayors that I think the Bay Area has enjoyed for a very long time. And so we're really grateful that Oakland has actually been a major player in Super Bowl 50. We are hosting the NFL-sanctioned gospel concert coming up on Friday. And this weekend, I mean, you guys kept me busy. I was very excited to have all the read zone activities going on in Oakland. I was reading with Justin Tuck at a barber shop on Saturday. I was cooking with the White House chef at Fairyland on Sunday. I was out dancing with the U.S. Secretary of Education last night at the Fox Theater with Wyclef Jean, celebrating all of the recipients of early literacy grants. And, you know, the 50 Fund has just been incredibly generous to Oakland, but it really has been a team effort.
Now, are you taking notes in case you have to host one of these your own in the coming years?
I am taking notes.
Mayor Liccardo, you have a big event tonight.
We do.
And I'm wondering if you will be donning the same pants that Cam Newton coming
pants.
off the plane.
Actually, you know, we were just talking about that maybe we would all wear the Versace pants among all the mayors until we get another NFL bid to come back to the Super Bowl. This is another collaborative regional effort we're going to lead.
That's a good event tonight because it's the first time that Media Day, everybody in this room has probably been to Media Day before. They can get out of control, sort of like a circus where the pants would actually fit in. But that's going to be a fun night tonight. It's very distinctively different.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. And, you know, certainly the arena has lots of big events, but this will be one that we'll all remember. And we'll have the Panthers staying downtown and practicing there. I just really want to give kudos to Ed and Jamie for reaching out early. And I think the host committee's done an amazing job, particularly this philanthropic effort, has really united the cities, recognizing that, you know, we've all got a lot to gain here.
Next question for the group, anybody jump in, but this is a Super Bowl that can create a positive legacy for not just Super Bowls, but other major events to come to the Northern California and the Bay Area in the future. So what does it mean for that possibility, and what do you have to do to make sure that happens?
Well, you know, Super Bowl City is free to everybody. And, you know, one of the best pictures all of us mayors enjoy is seeing young kids and families enjoy themselves in an event that's safe, that's inclusive, that's inviting. And that's why I kind of really like these free events that people have. And, of course, we have the NFL experience here at Moscone Center for all those really great football fans that we have historically from our history with the Niners, and, you know, just to be able to relive those years and then share those with a new generation, it's incredible. But I also want to say, you know, that the Super Bowl 50 Fund, Dennis, has already dished out some $7.5 million, and they're going to do 25% of the $50 million that they've raised. Now, when you calculate that, that's already well beyond the cost that is being estimated just for San Francisco to host this. And I'm already saying we've covered that already, and that's going to be in addition to the economy that we've seen, all the small businesses that have been working around all these events, and the economy in general that's boosted by the hotels and the restaurants. So this is a great event, and I think the Super Bowl 50 has aligned itself with some of the highest standards ever that I think all the other host cities, maybe it'll come back because they can't meet this standard. This is a standard I think we enjoyed reaching, and it should be up in the stars. It should be high.
Jamie?
one of the great stories of the Super Bowl is the regional collaboration. That on itself is, I think, the greatest prize, because we've been working together regionally for so long, it's become embedded in the way that we do business. And that's especially important because in a region where we share everything, all the employees, the housing, and all the challenges that we have in a really high cost of living area, this will help to create the framework for us to address other issues as well. So I think it's, the Super Bowl is bigger than any one of us, but together we come together to collaborate to show off the Bay Area and what we can do. And this can-do spirit, I hope, will continue well beyond the Super Bowl.
Sam?
Well, one thing we all share is our role in the innovation economy. This is the most innovative region on the planet, and so I think this is going to be a very inviting place for big events moving forward, whether the Olympics or anything else.
I was wondering if
I
somebody
knew
was
you were going there. and look, it's helpful to go through the fire drill. I mean, we know security, transportation, all those are issues. They're major challenges, and I think the region is really putting a great foot forward.
Libby?
Well, for Oakland, again, just hats off to the 50 Fund. There are 28 community-based organizations serving Oakland that have already been recipients of 50 Fund grants, totaling $1.3 million. That is a lasting legacy. And so the generosity and the idea that this leaves a lasting legacy within the community. Because I've got to say, as a mayor of a city with children that need more hope, more positive role models, I mean, just the experience of them seeing professional athletes coming out to community places like the neighborhood barbershop, like Children's Fairyland, and talking not just about being great athletes, but how important it is that you learn to read, that you read books, that you succeed in school. That alone is great, but the cash has been great too.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have all of you together on one stage. The collaboration is great. The first 2 days have been fantastic, and let's hope for a safe and successful week, the final days. Mayors, who wins the Iowa caucus today?
Oh, gosh. I think politics is way off my mind these days. All I could say is success is defined by what you put into it. This Super Bowl committee put a lot into this the last 3 years. And, we define success by helping a lot more people, by having events that people go well beyond, as Libby said, well beyond the sports. It's what we do and our characteristic. And I think Super Bowl 50 is a great event because of that.
That was a great way to dance around that question, man.
I'm going to take a shot at your question. I think the winners are going to be the residents of Iowa who are no longer bombarded with all the commercials that they've been objected to.
Well, and we're mayors. We're mayors. We don't really play in partisan politics. We're in the party of get things done. And so we're very excited to help get this Super Bowl done, make sure that it's community-based, make sure it leaves a lasting legacy, and that's the best political party to belong to.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming. We'll bring gentlemen, come up on the stage for a photo opportunity. And afterwards, they'll be available. Some of them will be available for one-on-ones. Thank you, guys.